Hey guys, what's up? This is Nino Reyes, and you tuned in to Keeping It Trill. Today I have the Aliko Yusef Shakur, also known as the Smart Guy, who is a boxer, an athlete, an artist, and a motivational speaker with us. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I can't complain.
How you feeling?
Feel great. I feel, you know, I guess excited to have this conversation with you. Um, yeah, I feel relaxed, feel focused.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, to talk about your journey, to talk about all the work that you're doing. I actually watched so many of your podcasts and your interviews and
Hmm.
like everything you've been on. I've been learning a lot about your different ideologies, which has been so fun and so exciting. So for those that don't know you, are you able to share who is the Smart Guy in your own words and kind of give people like just a quick overview of who you are?
Um, well, people, shout out to my people. They know me. I think more so what I want to, just focus on always is being a beacon of light for black men and setting a better example for us as men, also as a culture, and someone who's very, very focused on helping my people, chocolate people.
You said chocolate people?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, become more better, become more productive. Also, be more aware of, racism and the things that may be hidden challenges.
Okay.
So that's what my stuff is about. Growing up in the city and out of the system. My mother was a drug addict. I didn't have a father in my life. The best way for me to describe my early childhood was I got a song I'm about to put out called Motherless Child. Um, Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. It's like to answer your question, like, who am
Yeah.
I? No support from my mother. Sometimes I wish I would have came from a different pussy. C-section. Even in birth, she didn't push me. Every other week, you got a new man in the house. You got the nerve to point to him like he the man of the house, and they all want me to call him dad. They all wanted me to call him dad. Yeah, I grew up confused. I got beaten till I was black and blue. And you wonder why I'm in school acting a fool. Cutting class, picking fights, couldn't follow the rules. Free lunch won't cut it. I'm still hungry. I need food. Hooked up with Daryl. Selling weed now, mama. I'm making moves. Yeah, mama, I'm making moves. You put a pins woman out, left me in the system. Plus, you ain't called back. That ain't love. The fuck you call that? If you ain't want a son, mama, shit, you should have left me in that ball sack. Two sides to the story. Yeah, I know, but I ain't having it. Too many demons inside I got to battle with, and fuck whoever trying to play devil's advocate. Y'all don't understand how real this is. I was just a kid, 5. Had to look my mama in the eyes, half sleep, half high. And you wonder why I'm outside, smoking weed, pistol in my pocket, throwing up gang signs. You a junkie, mama. How you gonna demand respect? I guess you beat me because I look like the man that left. A spinning image of my daddy, huh? So why you slap me? Can't nothing please you. You ain't never happy. Straight A's on report cards. Straight A's on report cards getting ripped. Christmas, birthdays, I ain't get shit. Every man I see you with, call you bitch. This is what I deal with. Yeah, this is what I dealt with. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. It feels like God cursed me and my brothers because all I do is suffer. And the pain came from my mother. A rose won't grow from this concrete. The roots getting pulled out, petals getting stepped on. You came home high, beat me half to death. You said that I slept wrong, but it's bloody tampons, empty bottles of liquor, cracked valves on the same bed I slept on. How the fuck could I sleep wrong? You got me laying on a bed I could barely even sleep on. Yeah, sometimes I feel like. So that was
That's crazy.
that was the, you know what I mean? So not having a mother, not having a father, being in and out of the system, um, affected me in a major way, right? I wasn't, I didn't have the luxury of developing long-term friendships. So everything was, short-lived. And it put me in it's like this hard to relax, state of living. And at any moment I could be living in a new place, new home, new facility, whatever. So that's what that was growing up early on.
Got you.
Yeah.
And where you grew up, was it mostly Harlem or was it like other areas throughout the
Yeah,
city?
I mean Harlem. I mean like 80% Harlem.
Okay.
Was in a group home in Brooklyn, group home in Staten Island, foster care upstate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just bounced around the city. You know what I mean?
Got you,
Yeah.
got you. And you've also worn many hats. You've been a boxer, an athlete, an artist, a motivational speaker. So, like, which of these identities came first, and which feels most
I wouldn't say
authentic to you?
it's only one identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man is rigid, right? I'm multifaceted, right? I got chambers. I'm a poet, I'm an artist, I'm a speaker, right? I lift weights, I'm in shape, I work out. Like all those things are just, parts of me. So it's not different identities. It's just one identity, one person who fortunately has been gifted with different skills and talents, right? So boxing and fighting, I'm in a system. I'm in jail. I've been to prison. I'm fighting. Like when you go to a group home, you're fighting for cookies, right? Like you're fighting for butter crunch cookies, literally. You go to Rikers Island, C-74, animal lessons, what they used to call us. You fighting for Frosted Flakes. You fighting for, your Sloppy Joe. You fighting for your clothes and to have sneakers and to get on the phone. Everything is a fight. So it would be in your best interest to learn how to fight.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So you were a good fighter since you were like a kid.
I wouldn't say a good fighter growing up. I'm just a fighter, right? So fighting is not just about skill; it's about heart and will, right? I'm not going for it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And I never had the luxury of having a dad or having an older brother present in my life. So everything was I had to figure it out, right? Having two bullies and two guys chasing me home from school every day, and then eventually I just got tired of running.
Right.
So one day, school's over. The guys are waiting for me outside, right? And I'm like, fuck it, I'm not running. I don't know how to fight though, but I'm not running. And the guy punched me in the eye, right? And I didn't fight back. I just stood there. I'm not running. Fuck it. Another guy punched me in the eye. Fuck it. I'm not running, right? And these things, right? And living in the projects, right? So my aunt, she lived in the projects. And my little brother, he gets hit with a pigeon. This kid hits him with like a dead bird, right? So I'm on a basketball court. I'm playing basketball.
I was
and,
screaming.
and the kid,
Not the pigeon.
yeah. So the kid hits him. The kid hits him with a pigeon. Boom, right? So these girls come to the basketball court and say, "Yo, hey, get your brother. He's getting into a fight." So I go over and I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "Yo, he hit me with a bird." I'm like, hit you with a bird? Like, what the fuck you talking about, right? Like, and I see the guy, he has the bird in his hand, right? This is a dead pigeon. He's like, yeah, and he throws it at my brother, right? So I just try to attack. I didn't know how to, right? I'm running into punches. Boop, 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 boop. He's older than both of us, right?
Yeah.
I think he was about maybe 14, some shit like that, right? And I had to be like no more than 5 or 6, some shit like that,
No
right?
way.
No, I was about, sorry. I think I was about 10. I was about 10. My brother was like 5. My brother was really young. I was like 10, but the kid was like 16. I remember he was like really bigger than us, right? He seemed older. So he beat my ass. I'm crying. The two girls that came to get me in the basketball court, they took me upstairs to my aunt. So my aunt is like, yo, hey, what happened? I'm like, yo, he punched me in the eye. She asked me, which eye did he punch me in? I said, this one. She punched me in the other eye. And she said, yo, you gonna even...
What?
Yeah, it's a fact.
That's
It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And what she told me was, she was like, yo, you gonna fight him or you gonna fight me?
Oh.
And I just was like, damn, fuck it. I went downstairs, rode the elevator downstairs, and I was more scared to have to fight my aunt than the kid. I just ran and just started swinging, hit him with 2 punches. He started beating me up again. My aunt came down, pulled him off me, punched him in the eye. He said, now go get your fucking mother, because my aunt used to beat all the girls up in the projects. So he was scared. The mother came, seen it was my aunt, and she'd apologize. You know what I'm saying?
I know how to fight.
Yeah, but I think that was the thing that I would say my aunt instilled in me earlier. That was the first lesson of like, we not running. Like nobody's gonna, you're not running. Like you're not running from this, you're gonna deal with this. And I would have wanted it to be different.
Right.
But my life never panned out that way. Everything I had to learn from, me experiencing it as opposed to someone telling me about what the experience would be before I got into it, right?
Yeah.
So getting punched in the eye and going back downstairs and having to get punched in the eye again, right? So those are the things that, I would say led me to wanting to get into boxing because I want to get better at fighting. I want to get better at defending myself.
At what age did you start boxing then?
I would say early teens, like started in a group home. There was a guy in a group home, and it was a counselor in a juvie jail, and he was showing me some things. So I would stay between like the group home and the juvenile jail, Highlands, where I learned how to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, punch on shit. Right?
So I have a question going back to, your story about, being in the projects, your brother getting hit by with the bird. Would you say that this is like the reality for a lot of young black children growing up in poverty?
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
like the sense of survival.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, but this is what we talk about. That's systemic racism, right? Like, because we don't create the ghettos that we live in, and we don't limit the opportunities that we have. Nor so do we control the institutions or build the institutions that give out opportunities, right?
Right.
The white man has fucked us up. So we have this slave consciousness, right? Where we're taught to hate ourselves. We're taught to always look outside ourselves. We're always looking out the window instead of looking in the mirror, and we seek validation from white people. We seek validation from everybody else but ourselves, right? And then there's a void that we feel deeply inside our spirits, right? And we feel empty, but we didn't create that void. White motherfuckers did, right? So we didn't create the emptiness that we feel, and we're going to the people to fulfill us who created the feeling of emptiness, right? We're the only group of oppressed people still living in the land of their Holocaust, expecting the people who created our Holocaust to take us out of our Holocaust. It's never going to happen. So when you talk about survival and being in the ghetto was a concept created to make sure that people like us never come into power and remain slaves forever, right?
So the concept of
Yeah.
institutionalized racism, when did you become conscious to speak about this topic, or to really truly understand the depth or the root of it, or like the history of it,
Well, you
or
gotta
like
study.
how it was instilled?
Well, you got to study. You got to read. You got to educate yourself. You got to be in prayer. I ask God I believe in God. And the white man is not my God or a God. Right? And when you start to understand, religion, you start to understand who you are and your people's contributions. I am, who am I? I am the original man. I am the father of civilization. I'm the scientist of life. I'm the inventor of math. We created every, civilized structure on this planet, right? So when you start to do research and you start to study, and you say, well, damn, my ancestors created all of this? Whoa, right? So now you have a sense of pride and high self-esteem, right? So then now you searching for more knowledge. And then you start to understand that religion, how Europeans taught us to practice it, right? Christianity was used as a catalyst for European imperialism in Africa. Islam was used as a catalyst for Arabic imperialism in Africa. So they literally use religion as a way to take the resources out of Africa and to keep us blind, deaf, dumb, so they can control us, right? And then Jesus, people say all these stupid ass Christians talking about, Jesus,
Wait.
Jesus. Let me land the plane. Let me land the plane. Let me land the plane.
Hold up.
But listen, and sometimes you got to understand, like this, and this is important for podcasters that's watching this. When you have people that come on, even if you have a different opinion, don't make your difference in opinion a debate on camera. Let the person say their views, and that person, and give them and create a safe space for them to share their views. And they should have enough maturity to respect the difference in opinion. So when I say these stupid ass Christians, I'm talking about people think they praying to a white God when Jesus was African. When the reason why Jesus was crucified was because he was creating a system for African people to fight against European imperialism. And because he was starting to change the status quo, that's why he was killed. So you have to put Malcolm X, Martin Luther King in the same conversation as Jesus. Jesus didn't die for our sins. He died fighting for black people to become free. So when you start to really understand religion and really understand, he had what? Hair like wool and feet the color of brass, right? But when you go in the church, most churches, what you see some blonde, blue eye. You don't see none of that shit, even when the Bible told you he was a black man, right? So you got people practicing something in a way that doesn't empower them, right? And then you go to church on Sunday and it becomes like a celebration, like you're making a fucking TikTok video. You're doing some type of a challenge, but you're not identifying the tools for your liberation through this religion and then creating a system to apply those tools and then liberating yourself through the religion. Right? And then saying, well, now I need to be empowered. My relationship with God needs to have a economic benefit. My relationship with God needs to have a health benefit. My relationship with God needs to have a emotional benefit outside of just Sunday. You see? And we're not taught this because religion was used as a way to control our people. Right? So it's important to understand.
So I have a question
Yeah,
for you.
for sure.
If you understand that religion was created to control people, why did you lean into Islam?
I mean, again, everything is a timeline. My life is a book, right? So, the religion is not bad, right? It's the version of it that we were given. So it's not bad to be a Christian, but you're not practicing Christianity in a way that empowers you as an African.
I get what you're
It's
saying.
not wrong to be a Muslim, but you're not practicing being a Muslim in a way that benefits you as an African. See? So
And
so,
what would
so
be the way to practice it in your
I just-
ideal way?
yeah, okay, I got you. So this is why.
You got notes. This is so cute.
Nah, it's not. I don't know what you're saying. Hey, listen,
It is cute.
ain't
You
nothing
have
cute.
notes.
No,
look,
listen.
look, that's a scholar right there.
I want to say cute. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta be careful with this word, right? This is serious because we in a serious times, right? And we need to market and popularize black masculinity and also black men with intelligence. And being prepared and not just want to talk some random stupid goofy shit.
Yeah.
Because these white motherfuckers is not playing. They're planning to delete us. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna chill. No, I need to understand what's going on, right? So when we talk about America is a business, right? America is a place of business. They use religion as a business. The product is God. So we have to use religion to create systems to improve our life in multiple areas: money, love, family, purpose, institution development, ownership, business, industries and emerging industries, diamond, gold, printing, books, legal, media, right? So, this is what I'm saying. Like, how do I use Christianity to create this business? How do I use Christianity to have better mental health? How do I use Christianity to create generational wealth? Right? How do I open up the Quran and find ways to become a better man in real time? Okay? So one of those first things is understanding provision, right? And when I say you, as a woman, you have to understand your role as a woman. See? So white man, he's slick. He gonna give you the religion and tell you Jesus is your man. Jesus ain't your fucking man. He gonna give you the religion and say Jesus is your husband. Jesus ain't your fucking husband. Jesus dead and gone, bruh. He was a master of a system created to free our people. And the people that realized that this system would jeopardize their position of power, the Romans, the Greeks, these European motherfuckers, they're like, nah, we need to snatch this shit back and remix it and then give them this version so they can be mentally fucked up, chasing their tail, waiting for a man in the sky to come someday when a white man said, Monday, I'm ruling the world. Okay? So as a woman, you need to know that your role is wisdom and balance, right? And you cannot do it without a man. Jesus is not your man, right? And you have to be dependent on your man.
So,
And let me land the plane. You have to be dependent on your man. And through that dependency, right? Now you have a relationship. You have a need for that man. That man feels needed. What's a man's role? Protector, provider, maintainer. Well, how does he provide? We go to church, but we ain't talking about provision. We get provision from God. So whatever I want to do as a man, as long as it's righteous, as long as it's pleasing to God, I will be granted provision. So if I'm selling fucking ices, right? And I have the intention of taking care of my family, I'm going to be the best icy selling motherfucker the planet's ever seen because God is going to bless that business. The same way when Jesus was on the beach and he had the basket and the fish and he's like, yo, we're going to feed all these people. He was like, yo, bro, How we gonna feed these people? Jesus like, chill out, just reach in the basket and just chill. And God kept multiplying the fish in the basket. See, that's provision. So
So, do you believe in the concept of marriage and it's important?
I got you.
And
I got you, but we
also-
don't want to. But let me finish the point because I don't want to jump. I got to stay on this. Know what I mean, got to land the plane, right? So when you understand your role and you understand my role, and there's a codependency, we have to depend on each other. You cannot lead as a woman. You will never be able to lead as a woman. God does not reveal revelations to you for leadership. He reveals revelations for you to be conducive to the leadership that you are under from your man, right? So God is going to give me the revelation. I'm going to relay it back to you. You going to follow. You going to assist me. And we going to go ride to the fucking sunset, right? And then you also has to understand, so this is what I'm saying about us using religion in a way that empowers our community. So you don't got a bunch of women going to church wearing tight pants, cobwebs on their coochie, right? Because they so fucking thinking Jesus is their man that they ain't got a man, right? Your role as a woman is wisdom and balance. You're also the multiplier of the money. You multiply the man's money. You protect the man's finances. So there needs to be a financial literacy system created for women, right? So they can understand how to protect the money that they asking the man to give or expecting the man to give to them.
Okay.
And you was talking about marriage. My bad.
Right. So I've seen other interviews where, you talk about like a wound that you have had due to, not having a real present mother in
I
your
didn't talk
life.
about that.
You have never spoke about you
No,
having a wound?
No, I never did.
Or even in your rhyme, like when you was just...
I didn't know. See, don't project, and don't lie. So let me tell my story, right? I never said I had a wound. I healed myself through my relationship with God. I didn't have no wound. Me not having a mother never affected me. I had an expectation, rightfully so, for the woman who gave me life to love me. She never did. See? So I spent a long part of my life expecting closure from that woman, and she never gave me the closure.
Why would you expect closure if you didn't have a wound?
Because you want to understand. You can't tell me about my pain, right? I'm telling you about my pain. You gonna try to tell me what it is? I'm telling you what it is because it's my life, right? So what do you mean? Do you have a mother? You have children? So if you beat your kid, if you leave your kid for dead, you try to kill your kid, you molest your kid, you don't think that kid got a right to say why?
Would it not lead to a wound?
What the fuck are you talking about, man? It's not I'm like, you just said you don't understand, and most people don't. Everybody keeps trying to highlight you're hurt, but allow the person who hurt you, listen what I'm saying, allow the person who hurt you off the hook. Got no fucking wound. I'm confused. Ain't no wound. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Why? I want to know why. Right? I had to deal with the abuse. Right? I had to find ways to heal, and I did through God. Okay? So it's very important because people like to put these jackets on black men who go through trauma. And nobody gives a fuck about black men who go through trauma. There's more female pedophiles than men pedophiles. And it's a societal acceptance of female pedophiles. You go on TikTok, you see women twerking in front of babies. Now, if you seen a man shaking his dick in front of a girl, you would want to, kill him, cancel him. Right? It's a double fucking standard, okay? I wanted to know why my mother didn't love me. I wanted to know why. Why did you do this? And when I kept asking and I never got the answer, and I saw that she took pleasure in withholding the answer from me, then I had to forgive her in my way. I had to innovate. I had to make an innovative way to forgive. The energy that I feel is for you. I'm giving it back. Yeah. I'm giving it back. This failed relationship with my mother is not going to affect the relationship I have with women because a woman, you're not my mother. Right?
So
a woman's, hold on. You're not my mother. You're a woman. And a mother's love is different from a woman's love. They're both equally powerful, but there's different. One is we're talking about femininity versus maternal, right? We're talking about feminine love versus maternal love, right? A mother's love versus a woman's love. It's different. And as I grew older and I gained experience, I started to understand the difference. And because I learned to love myself, that opened the door for other people to love me. See? And I didn't care about what my mother did or didn't do for me. And I stopped allowing myself as a victim be more concerned with the victimizer's issues versus my own personal issues. And when people try to make me feel like, because I'm a black man, right? Because we deal with systemic racism, because white men want black men to be dead and gone. I as a victim, now I can't be mad because I was victimized by my moms. Now I can't have no type of a feelings. Damn, bro, you got woman issues, you got mommy issues. It's like, god damn. But if you was molested by your father,
I will admit that I probably have daddy issues because some trauma is like
right,
that and
right.
wounds happen.
But as a woman, your daddy issues is received differently from a man with mommy issues. And that's just the reality of it. And that's diabolical. See? So once I learned that and I couldn't get the empathy that I needed to leverage to heal, I stopped looking for people to help me heal, and I internalized it and went to God, and God gave me a way to heal myself, and that's how I healed myself. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see how we're speaking also about the concept of marriage. The reason I was asking you initially is because I wanted to understand more of what in your mind is. I know you explained the role of a woman, but how do you contribute that, or how do you contribute into that, right? When, for example, right now you told me, what the fuck are you talking about? When you're referencing to a woman, right? You speak of God. So if you speak of God and you're honoring God,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to be an honorable man, why are there certain references to the way that you speak of women or towards
You
women?
stop reaching, gang. You reaching. And that's corny. Listen, let me tell you something. Women don't like to be held accountable. I'm not fucking Gandhi. I'm gonna curse. Fuck out of here. People. I'm gonna curse. Give a fuck. This is how I talk, right? So So again, that's that way of trying to people to put you in some type of a box to where you can't speak truth unapologetically, right? We're going through bullshit in our culture. And a lot of it is because of the women. So white men learn to control black women and use them as a pawn on the chessboard of life. It's been happening since slavery. Okay? So this goes back to a point of what I was saying earlier, right? With the slave consciousness, right? When you think of Willie Lynch letter, right? The government, Section 8, redlining, incentivized family destruction tactics, right? The slave masters said, why would we you give birth to the baby? Right? So if I make you smoke crack, I make you do meth while you pregnant, I make you sniff heroin, I make you drink, what the baby gonna come up looking like? Yeah. If I strip the man that you're supposed to depend on of his dignity, his freedom, his power, his masculinity, I pull his pants down and have 30 white men fuck him in the ass in front of you. How do you respect that? You like, get the fuck out of here. And if I strip him of his way to provide for himself and masculate you and feminize him, oh, I control you for generations forever. The women are the key. And only wise black women who understand, they don't take offense to that. They take accountability and stop allowing themselves to be used as a pawn on the chessboard. When Section 8 came around, what happened before Section 8? The government took all the factory jobs. They removed trades out of schools, right? Black men couldn't be in work. This didn't just happen out of nowhere, right? It was designed this way, okay? And then what they did, they gave the black woman welfare and said, look, check it out. If you want this, he can't be in the house. Yeah, that was a real thing. But they didn't go to the white farmer wife. They didn't go to the trailer park trash white bitches and be like, yo, he got to leave. They allowed the white men to stay in the home and receive subsidy from the government, but push the black men out of the homes. And then created a spirit of distrust, disdain for black men in the spirits of the woman. So now it's like it's a deadbeat daddy. He's leaving the kid. He ain't leaving the kid. He leaving you. And the kid is just collateral damage. And then the government is working around, to make sure that you in power, you in control, child support, whatever, domestic violence, whatever tool you can use to make that man feel unempowered, then we're going to give you that. The greatest soldier in a white man's army is the black woman. And when she understands that, she changes the game. And she stops allowing herself to be used. She doesn't take the incentives that the government gives her. Fuck you. Fuck your money. I'm going with my man. And my man is going with God. And you look at that man, and that black woman look at that man and say, baby, I got you. Fuck them. We doing this together. And he like, yeah, baby, I got it. But you can't do that without wisdom and balance. You can't do that without God. Right? This is why I'm saying having religion and having the tools for liberation and family development, you know what I mean, in the religion, right? And then teaching our women the 3 phases of love. These is all African belief systems. The first phase of love is informative. Right? Because your role is wisdom and balance. So you're informing that man that, yo, baby, you go to God, we lit. You going to get a PPE loan every time you pray. But how do you pray? Right? Yo, baby, you pray with your actions. Your actions become the prayer. And the results you receive based upon the actions you take is the answer to your prayer. So you're giving that man that wisdom. This is religion. Then the second phase of love is unconditional. Because now you have empathy, you have patience. You, as a woman, you're a nurturer, right? And you have a period of unconditional love long enough for the man to be receptive to the informative love, internalize it, and then apply it and get the provision. And then now you have the last phase of love, which is tough love, which is accountability. But you have an expectation for the. You have a preparation for your expectations.
Okay.
See.
So you speak of women being accountable. How are men held accountable?
I just held both of them accountable. And this is the problem with our women. See, the white man, he got a chip in all y'all head. Y'all wrong. And it's not your fault, but you was used. I don't give birth to a baby. I can't give a baby birth. I can't do it. You see? So if he get you, he get us. That's it.
So you see how you spoke about that there are men that leave the woman, not the child.
Yeah. What
about when they have the option to co-parent but choose not to?
You can't co-parent. This concept is destructive.
I don't believe in it either.
This is what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying.
But you don't have to be fully absent either.
You can't co-parent. He leaving the woman because the woman acting like a bitch. She's dragging him. She's playing games with the kid. We see it on the internet all the time. She playing games. He got visitation rights. He can't see the kid. She's stringing him on for money. It's all types of bullshit these bras be doing. And the kids are collateral damage. And because you got the government with their hand on it, you don't care. But you fucking that kid life up. You cannot raise a child by yourself. You can only maintain a child by yourself. The government knows that. So they give you money to maintain the child and remove the father so you can't raise the child. And if you knew the ingredients for child development, you would never allow that baby daddy to go nowhere. You give a fuck. You ain't going nowhere. We together until this baby is all the way together. Fuck that. Know what I'm saying? And then when God is a part of it, because we humans, you heard? God takes precedence over all this shit. He will remove those spirits of narcissism. He will remove those spirits of ego. He will remove those spirits of lust and disdain. He will remove those and then revitalize you, reform you. Now you look at your baby daddy different. He looking at you different. Y'all looking at each other different, right? And then now we parenting.
So let's speak about the prison system, which really.
But let's not jump, right?
No,
because people.
This goes hand in hand.
No,
right?
listen. No, it goes back. Hold on. It goes back to what I'm saying though. All this is about maintaining white supremacy. This is all racism. This is tactics. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's these white motherfuckers' fault. See? So you have to understand how this white person is using you to destroy me, to destroy us. Because essentially the man got to go. Right? But if he only attacks the man, the woman going to be like, So let me get the woman to get to the man to get both of y'all.
I see your point.
Right? So look at these women. They got all these jobs. They got all this money, right? You ain't got no man. You ain't happy. You dying. Bro. You ain't creating no generational wealth. You're not married, or you get married, you get divorced. Now you got this auntie culture. Who the fuck? Now you think because you 50 years old, you got your butt done, it's cool to have sex with young men 30 years younger than you? You see the point what these white motherfuckers is doing to us? You don't see no white aunties being promoted like that. You see black women. What you think that is? They figure out ways to destroy the family structure. You don't see no Chinese aunties, huh? You don't see no Jewish aunties. You see Latinos and blacks. Huh? So it's all racism. You heard? And we can't get no type of a, defense because we're conditioned. Goes back to slave consciousness, right? We're conditioned to accept whatever these white motherfuckers throw at us. So it's important for us to understand that they're throwing shit at us. And stop swinging at the shit they throw at us and stop going for the fucking crumbs they give us. We are gods and goddesses. The most beautiful woman on the planet is the black woman. We wrote the book on black love as men to women. So when chicks be hitting this goddess, the black man invented the word goddess. Yeah, go do your homework. When motherfuckers, are you listening? You check. She be like, yo, I'm a queen. The black man invented the word queen.
Amani said, I'm listening.
We invented the word, right? Because we love black women. We love our women. White men hate everybody, even his women. You see? So when we understand what these motherfuckers did to us and how they do it and why they do it, we can defend against it. You see?
Okay. I hear you.
And not loving the mindset that the white man gave you doesn't mean that you're evil. And being aware that he's trying to get you to buy into a mindset that will kill me and kill you, kill us, and kill our family doesn't make you the enemy. It makes you aware how the enemy is using you to destroy us. And you cannot get confused with my tonality because it's frustrating. Black men, we tired, we frustrated. We like, damn, y'all don't love me? This big ass dick? This muscle, huh? This mind, this spirit, my ability to innovate and create. Do you know who I am? Yeah. It's diabolical for us to be looked at. It ain't crazy. No, it is crazy. Listen, it is crazy because you don't understand. It's my genetic superiority. That's why my dick is so big. That's why these white motherfuckers fear us. Our ability to procreate. We are genetically superior. So how you look at me like we black men we fed the fuck up. So when you hear that, we frustrated and we looking at you. The ones who are woke, like, girl, he using you to get me. Stop. Don't take his money. The money I'm going to get from God going to be more than the white man going to give you. Yeah. And if you play your role, we going to multiply the money times 1,000,000. You see? You got to love me. Fuck this system. You heard? Fuck this baddie shit. Fuck out of here, man. Yeah, man. Rejecting and rebuking the slave consciousness is what I'm basically getting at. Yeah.
Got you. I saw in one of the interviews that you did that you said that slavery never ended. It just evolved. Can you also break down what you meant by that?
Think of pregnancy concept, right? So I'm going to take, that's what the white motherfuckers did. I'm going to take a woman, right? Chain her to a wall and make her take crack. I'm going to force you to take crack. Then you're going to have a baby, right? And we all know that baby going to be born with disabilities and fucked up, right? Then I'm going to create laws, to punish you for having those disabilities that are bred into you. Right? Then I'm going to make you compete in a society with other kids and other races who don't have them same disabilities that we bred into you. And then when you get older, and you realize, like, wait a minute, how did I get this way? And you start questioning it. I'm going to make sure I remove the tongue, I remove the awareness from your parents of what we did to them. So when you go to the parent's like, yo, that's just the way it is. They don't even know that they forgot that they was forced into having this addiction passed to you. Right? And that's the light version of it. A more diabolical version is they just kill the parents. Breed this into you, kill the parents, and then generation. We accept the limitations that they gave us, they forced onto us. And then now we're forced to compete. When you look at these jokers like Chris, what's his name, Chris Hicks, and he's talking about, yo, we shouldn't have affirmative action and equal white. You white motherfuckers are only. It was a point I said. Hold on, cause I'm gonna get this right. Sorry, hold on. It was something I was taking some notes, right? It was like, if you want us to stop talking about race, then give reparations and relinquish the wealth and power acquired by white people through slavery. If you erase what was done to get you into power, then you won't be in power. So it's diabolical for these motherfuckers, right? And let me go through the gauntlet, because they say this shit, right? They go, yo, you playing victim, right? Hold on. Boom, right? Tulsa. That's Black Wall Street, 1921. 300 people killed. Businesses burnt down. Rosewood, Florida, 1923. 1,000 black people killed. Town burnt down. No one arrested. 1920. Osceola, Florida. 200 black people killed over voting rights and businesses burnt down. 1898. Wilmington, North Carolina. 2,000 black people murdered because of biracial government officials. Okay, meaning the mayors and the senators being, biracial and integrating the political positions. East St. Louis, 1917. Morrisville, Louisiana, 1870. Chemical weapons used to damage the water supply. The same in Revel, if I say it wrong, I apologize. Revel Town, Louisiana, in 1970, 100 years later, they did the same thing. Used chemical weapons to damage the water supply, turning the town into a buffer zone. So now having this lucrative town, poison the water supply, and basically quarantining this town off, killing the people there, making the people move, and then magically getting rid of the water problem.
We see it with Flint today.
Right? And then check this out now. Pierce City, Missouri, 1901. White mob came in and killed about 300 residents, destroying black-owned town. So you mean to tell me you force us into slavery, make us play the game of catch-up, and then when we accept the terms that you force us to accept and we do for self, you destroy and murder and bomb and kill our people. Right? So and then if now there's policies created to counteract racism, right? The failure of those policies needs to be used as a catalyst for an aggressive approach. Fighting racism is not racism. It's self-defense. And anytime you talk about, this shit didn't work, black people are racist. We can't be racist because we don't have the power to enforce our disagreements. We're not racist. It's cause and effect. We hate you because you hate us. We hate you because you kill our mothers, you kill babies, you kill men, you kill fathers, you kill families, you destroy businesses. That's why we don't fuck with you white people. The people who like me who understand. Y'all motherfuckers got an issue with us because we're superior. A black person could never be racist, and we never was. It's not even in our nature. You heard? So that's important for us to understand. Also, we got to be mindful because they're trying to get us to accept like we on an even playing field. We're not. We built this country, didn't get reparations. They forced us into 400 years of free labor, got into positions of power, and now looking at us like, why you ain't it? Why you can't do it? Motherfucker, because you got a 400-year head start. And did I just not go over the multiple cities and towns of people that you killed when we built our own shit without you motherfuckers? See? So we don't understand that these motherfuckers don't fuck with us, and we can't just build something that's lucrative without something to protect. So we have to have our own police department, our own army, our own militia, our own government.
Do you believe that we should separate as nations?
Absolutely. Every nation is separated because there's multiple nations. See, this goes back to what I said earlier, the slave consciousness. When it comes to a black nation, it's like, oh, no, fuck that. Because we superior. Chinese got their own. Koreans got their own. Indians got their own. Jews got their own.
How would that come to be? Two separate nations. Like, how would it, in your mind,
you gotta get a slave consciousness, girl. Leave the slave consciousness alone.
I'm
Because you're
asking
saying
you
it's
a real
I
question.
just told you it's multiple nations. You never heard of UN?
I'm,
Wait, hold on.
I'm asking you about
Listen,
actionable.
Listen, I just said it. You got it within. When you play this back, you're gonna catch it. You heard of the UN? What's the UN? What? Yeah.
You can answer it. You're part of the conversation now. Let's go.
What's on the
The
end?
United Nations.
What's the last letter? What's the last letter in that sentence? S, right? Meaning multiple, right? So they got nations. We just ain't got ours. So they make us think like, oh no, right? We got to build our own institutions, right? But before we start building institutions, we have to build our own army, our own self-defense. And we have to commandeer a land where we can develop our self-defense and power structure without interruption. This is what's happening in Burkina Faso right now, right?
But interruptions are gonna happen, and then also when
Listen,
it comes to leadership,
no. Listen, you go against the slave consciousness. You sound like a slave. Interruptions ain't gonna shit. We gotta find a place that we can commandeer, which is Africa. It's already happening in Burkina Faso. Ain't a motherfucking thing happening. See? So when you understand that you have a slave consciousnness is this worry that the white man is the supreme power. God is the supreme power. The white man has no power.
But
So-
you know how you say in other podcasts, let me cook. You never let me cook, right? Like I be trying to
because I got a message. Because I got a message, right?
Yeah,
so in my message, hold on, I got a message. So I got to make sure I get the message out unfiltered. I can't have fear taint my message, right? Like ain't no interruptions coming because the white man don't got no power. He finished. He dead in the water. The police is not more powerful than God. But now, if you have a slave consciousness, you don't teach yourself martial arts. You don't teach yourself jujitsu. You don't teach yourself wrestling. You don't teach yourself how to disarm a person from a firearm. So when you dealt with a police officer who want to take your life, you just a sitting fucking duck. See? And you so afraid of this white man that you literally allow him to take your life. I'm not going. Period. Saying? You heard? So I have to prepare. And I'm preparing the next generation with this information of fearlessness. Not afraid of the white man. You ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing to me. You heard? And we're gonna be free. And we're gonna build. This is why religion is so important. We're using our relationship. God protects me. I'm not worried about no white man. That's why we have to understand religion and how to find the tools for our liberation in the religion. And if we can't find those tools for our liberation in the religion, that shit ain't no religion worth practicing.
All right, so you're gonna let me cook now without interruptions? Yeah. All right. So what I was saying is, how are we going to separate into two nations? Would it happen within the United States? Also, when we look at nations like Haiti, right, that were revolutionary throughout history, were really like the black, empire that was really helping other nations from Louisiana to Dominican Republic to other Caribbean countries to Latin American countries in South America. Right. And we see what Haiti is going through today, which is directly being impacted in an agenda, a way that is intentional. It's not a coincidence. Right. What's happening at a political government, what's happening to its citizens. So when we are talking about the black nation evolving, separating from, let's say, the United States or from like white nationalists, for example, how would that come to be in your mind? Like,
I just said
like what will be the plan?
I just said it.
You mentioned a leader. You mentioned what's happening in Burkina Faso.
Mm-hmm.
Would people have to go to Africa? Would this happen in Africa? Would it be a civil war in America? What are all those things look like to you?
You're missing a point. You can't ask questions from a slave consciousness because it's going to be a limited question. There's a fear in your tonality. There's also a respect for the perceived white power structure in the way you're asking the question. See? Haiti got free by what? Blood. Yeah. Fuck out of here. They killed them white motherfuckers.
Okay.
Right? When you think of social studies, we're not taught what was the American Revolution. How did America get free from British? Yeah. What do you know about George Washington? Oh, well, he chopped down a cherry tree. He was on a dollar bill. What they didn't tell you was he built the first spy network. What do you know about Benjamin Franklin? Well, Benjamin Franklin, maybe light bulb, $100 bill. Benji, blue, No, this motherfucker built chemical warfare. They built armories. They had biochemical weapons. We're not taught about these fake-ass founding fathers. Paul Revere, Thomas Jefferson. Huh? They didn't get free from the British by saying white lives matter. They had the fucking Boston Massacre. They killed motherfuckers to be free. The fuck you think this is? So you are conditioned to be afraid so you won't fight. Yeah. And you can only win and be free by what? Fighting. You don't think you can win because you've been brainwashed and conditioned to think you can't win. So you don't fight. And you sit there and you wait, look, and you wait for Adolf Hitler to take your Jew ass out the fucking gas chamber. Hey, shalom, Hitler, shalom, Hitler. My man, it ain't, what? You going to Mussolini like, shalom, my brother, turn the gas up more. Huh? We don't, but that's the slave consciousness. You keep, one day, white man gonna let us go. Don't say nothing, he might hear you. One day, white man gonna let me go. One day, the white man gonna say, black man, I love you. One day, the police gonna stop shooting me. I said, one day, the white man gonna stop killing me. I said, one day, they gonna love me. Get the fuck out of here.
So, you know,
that's not me, gang.
you have...
It's not me, gang.
You are considered to be a radical leader, right?
I'm not. You keep saying listen. First of all, listen. Let me address something real quick, right? When you have a podcast, you have somebody on, right? This is what happens all the time because I create a defense mechanism. I attack the slave consciousness when I talk, or I bring up this information. You heard? Because I'm tired, and I'm proud to be myself. I'm tired of my people being murdered and it's just accepted. This ain't cool for me. This is serious for me, right?
You don't even let me finish the question, though.
So you asking these questions about radical. You asking these questions about let you cook. If I come on as a show, right? If you have a guest with a show, this is new media. I get it. People typically...
No, baby. I studied this.
What I'm saying is...
I want to make something very clear.
This is slave consciousness. Now you want to argue with me because I got a message.
I want to make something very clear.
Listen, I'll be honest
with you. Our audience.
Listen, check
I
it out.
am a journalist. I'm not a podcaster, baby. I went to
I never
school
said,
for
listen,
this.
check it out. Listen, we get
I studied this. There's a reason why I can have questions and conversations about your thoughts and your ideologies because I know what you're talking about. I respect your ideologies, but also you as a guest have to be willing to be like, yo, let her ask the question. There's cues in the way we converse. That's a part of the media game. There's a way that we move and maneuver without also attacking my personality and saying, oh, you have this slave mentality because I'm asking you a question. If I'm asking you, how do we create nations? You could give me actionable items.
Can't.
You said, look, there's massacres through blood, right? That's a response. I can't. And then we can move forward.
I can't.
But to say that I have fear because I'm asking you a question about what we've seen throughout history.
That's fear. You're projecting fear. So what I'm saying is this, the slave consciousness, when you, see, I understand that, right? So when I go on media, I'm already lit. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for, yo, you could just see me. No, I got to get this message off clear, right? And people, not saying you, right? We're conditioned. You didn't know, you can't name the spy network George Washington created. But you can tell me he's on a dollar bill. So how are you going to have an understanding of my energy or my frustration when you haven't even been educated strategically to understand my frustration? That's by design. So he going to put me and you against each other, not even knowing it. You like, damn, why he so turned up? Because I got to get this shit off. When I say fake-ass Christian, what you mean fake-ass? Yeah, because they told you Jesus was white. It's diabolical when Jesus was African. So I'm sitting there and I know the real, and I'm like, yo, no. You heard? So we fighting demons for real. So the slave consciousness is put between us. So we taught not to challenge the white power structure. And if you challenge them, it's impossible. Fuck out of here. No, I want the smoke. Bring it. Fuck you, bring it. You ain't gonna keep playing with me. Bring it. I want the smoke. Yeah. You're not gonna tell me I'm a nigger and my woman is a whore. I gotta watch Summer Walker walking on a carpet with a white man and it's just like, oh, yeah, girl, you promoting whole shit. And I gotta sit here and not have no power? Nah, gang, I'm getting the power. And I'm letting my people know through my content, grab your fucking nuts and let your dick hang. Point blank, period. Heard?
So you see with the political climate that we have today with Donald Trump, he's always been pretty forward about his views on white nationalism, neo-Nazis. What do you feel like is your
Elon Musk hit you with the look. Elon Musk did the Hell Hitler sign, and look, and what you always, I got a problem with that. You heard? So you got to understand, we are afraid to fight white people. You heard? So when you talk about fighting white people, there's a trigger. It's like a thing, right? And the more you get conscious and the more you get frustrated, you like, yo, nah, gang, we got to figure this out, bro. You ain't going to keep beating my ass. We going to have to figure this out. And I got to make sure I educate my women. I don't give a fuck how the women feel. You being used. And you got some women who going to be like, what he talking about? And you got some that's going to do their study and be like, oh, shit, damn. Look at corporate America. How easy is it for a black man to climb the ladder of corporate America and maintain his masculinity? And go look at how them black men look at the top. They homosexuals. They sweet. They got sugar in their tank. Huh? Yeah. Right? It's by design. So when you understand what's going on, you stop allowing yourself to be used. I'm not against you. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying this is what it is. This is what I'm on. And I'm leaving something. I'm going to inspire somebody like Khalid Muhammad inspired me, like Huey P. Newton inspired me, like Malcolm X inspired me, like Martin Luther King inspired me, like Asada Shakur inspired me, Geronimo Pratt, they inspired me. So I'm making sure I'm leaving some shit for the kids coming behind me. Like, they going to, oh, shit, fuck that. Smart said, fuck the white man. Yeah. He said, it's not okay to be gay. Because if I'm gay and you gay, where the babies coming from? Where they coming from?
Girl,
Fuck out of here. I'm not jacking that. Nah, I'm cool.
your face right now is like, it's a good question though.
No, because this is the lie that they tell. Homosexuality came from them. And they weaponize homosexuality to protect against white genetic annihilation. And then they force it on us. If it's natural, why you gotta force it on me? You ain't gotta tell me to get my dick hard. I ain't gotta tell you to bleed once a month. Huh? I don't need a commercial. Hey, women bleed once a month. You a woman? Bleed now. The fuck out of here. It's just natural. It's gonna happen. Shit. Hold on, let me miss this point, because I was about to walk out on you. Hold on, man.
I know you. Once you close, I know, but I was like,
I about to spin. Listen, because that's my new shit. I ain't about to be arguing, man. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Hold on.
Listen, we gotta be able to have educational conversations and even have a difference in opinion and still be able to sit through it.
I'm getting out of here. Listen,
Why
my new
not?
thing, because I'm not arguing with people who want to keep me in bondage. Motherfuckers will get you killed. You heard? Harriet Tubman like, yo, we out, we leaving. Nigga like, who leaving? Who leaving? Who leaving? Master! Hey, master. I heard Harriet Tubman building the Underground Railroad, boss. She said all of us niggas and folks gonna be meeting by the railroad
close that
by
door.
5 a.m.
Please.
Master, I want you to be there. Yeah, master.
You close that door, please.
That's why I gotta leave. We gotta let y'all motherfuckers go. We can't fuck with y'all because y'all wanna alert the white man of our plans for liberation. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm building Noah's Ark. You wanna drown in the motherfucking white man waters? Drown. I'm not here to, because that's what happens.
Listen, when you go on these podcasts, you're informing everybody. Once you go on these interviews, people are hearing
I'm not.
you.
I'm not.
Your message
Listen,
is clear.
I'm informing my people because I'm only talking to a level. I'm only talking to a vibration that can understand it and accept it. See? So even though the message seems public, it's still private because I'm talking to my people. And the ancestors protects the sound so the white people can't even, it's in front of them, they can't even see it.
And
for the black
Islam?
Listen, man, check it out. So now, we're the only ethnic group that was slaves on American soil. See? It's important to understand. So there's a deep-rooted inferiority complex and subconscious trauma and a lack of belief, resentment, fear, and constant negative reinforcement that keeps us from having that shit you see white people have. White people come around and start ordering. Hey, yeah, I like some coffee. Hey, go get that. That's entitlement, white privilege, right? We don't have that because of these conditions, right? Also, not only not given an economic base, but America has made a relentless effort to dismantle the creation of an independent economic base. So I ran down all those cities and towns that we built and all those black people that died when we tried to create our own independent economic base. But we showed that it can be done. But we were so focused on building because we believed this bullshit white people said. Okay, nigga, we're going to take the noose off your neck. Nigga, go get your money. You sure? Yeah, nigga, go get your money. Because they didn't believe that we were superior. They didn't believe that we could do it. And when we start making more money than them, they said, hold on, go kill the niggas. Fuck that. So we were so focused on building an economic base, but not a military base. Had we prioritized a military base and then made an economic base secondary, all those cities and towns would still be here. We'd be thriving. So we have to learn from the mistakes of the elders. Right? And it wasn't their fault. They just went about it the wrong way. Okay? Also, understanding that, outside food vendors, food trucks, hot dog stands, Department of Consumer Affairs, they put a freeze on the licenses. When Mayor Bloomberg was the mayor, he put a freeze on licenses, but he made sure all the Jews had all the licenses. All the Arabs had all the licenses. And the Africans couldn't get the licenses because there was a freeze on the licenses. So the Africans had to work for the Jews and the Arabs owning these stands. And if they didn't, we're going to give you a ticket. We're going to lock you up. We're going to get you the fuck up out of here. Right? So that's important to understand. And then, the emancipation, what's it? The Proclamation of Emancipation or whatever that shit is. Fake
The
ass.
Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah. That was bullshit. And we didn't get reparations. So we got freedom and starvation at the same time. They gave us freedom and starvation at the same time. So we like, okay, we free, but what we gonna do? We didn't get no 40 acres and a mule. We got no reparations. And all these white power supremacist groups was able to kill us and still hang us. The Klan still existed. Nobody prosecuted them, locked them up. We just here like this. I'm free, but I'm not free, but I'm free, but I'm not free. Get it? Mm-hmm. Know what I'm saying? So it's just understand. It's just important for us to understand that, right? And now understand we have to prioritize self-defense. We have to prioritize learning how to protect ourselves. Was it the First Amendment?
Second.
What's the Second Amendment?
The right to bear arms.
See, I'm letting you, get a little, Look at you, she knows it, right? Mm-hmm.
I know my shit.
Right?
You found the right one.
But the right, so what was the purpose? What was the purpose of the right to bear arms? It was to protect against tyranny. It was to protect against dictatorship. That's what that was for. And I don't need no white man to tell me I got a right to bear arms. Bitch, I got an arm, I got a right. If I can hold it, I got a right, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's all my points. But now we can talk. I just had to make sure I get my shit off.
I wanna.
You editing this shit? So what's she doing here? What's she doing?
She's assisting, emotional support.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yes, all that.
Yes, okay, I get it. Uh-huh.
So,
Right,
you mentioned different leaders that you've studied. You mentioned Malcolm X. You mentioned MLK. Who would you say that you probably relate to the ideologies the most? Because I noticed that you have like the idea where you reject the idea of turning the other cheek, which gives very Malcolm X vibes, right? Like he was very forward, very direct. He believed in, if I have to be violent because you're being violent, I will be. So I don't know. When I hear you speak sometimes, like there's certain ideologies that you mentioned that reminds me a lot of him. Would you say that you lean more towards him or like any specific leader? I lean towards
God, man. I lean towards God. I lean towards God. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As a man, I have to do what? I got to protect. Fuck, I can't. Self-defense is part of protection, man. Mm-hmm. So I'm going with God. God said, hey, you a protector, provider, man. I got to protect myself, protect my family. Well, I got to learn some skills to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I also want to speak now about like the conscious mind, right? You talked about in different interviews, the ability, the power of the tongue, in other words, right? You've studied human psychology, the human psyche. You have talked about how powerful language is in shaping our realities. Can you elaborate more on that? I know you have a specific saying about, having specific thoughts become specific realities.
Come on, how you going? You talking about you an expert? You ain't even got my mantra down pat. You did all this
I,
research, but
I,
you ain't got
I
my
didn't
mantra.
write it word for word. Like it
Yeah,
was a nice little quote.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
But
see, yeah.
but I kind of
Journalist,
I gave y'all
journalist.
the scope of your ideology on that. So can you tell us more about the power of the
How you
subconscious
think,
mind?
how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. Okay? So that's important to be aware of. That your body produces chemicals associated with the thoughts you think. If you think something negative, your body produces adrenaline, cortisol, things that make you feel depressed, right? If you think something positive, your body produces dopamines, endorphins, melatonin, things to help you feel relaxed, right? But when you start to switch from negative thinking to positive thinking, both of those chemicals are being created in your body. So there's a conflict, there's a chemical imbalance. So you go through a period of what they say acute withdrawal. So acute, so it's like withdrawal. So if you addicted to dope, they gotta chain you to a bed. You can't just kick the dope habit. They gotta chain you to a bed, supervise you, give you methadone, and you know what I mean. You gotta go through a period of withdrawal. So when you start to go from negative thinking to positive thinking, there's a period of withdrawal, especially if you've been thinking negative for a long time. And by thinking negative, I don't mean consciously, I mean subconsciously. So subconsciously, you have these thoughts you've been conditioned to think that creates these chemicals that make you feel bad. And then when you start thinking things that make you feel good, now you're going through a period of withdrawal. So now it hurts to think good. It hurts to try to do good. And it's confusing. So if you're not supervised or have knowledge on cognitive behavioral therapy, on this process, then you're like, man, why I feel bad when I'm trying to do good? And why I feel good when I'm doing bad? Maybe being bad is good. No, it's not. You just need to go through that period of withdrawal. And when you come out of that, now you go from negative thought patterns to positive thought patterns, and then now the chemicals associated with thinking positive takes over your body. Now you always feel good. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So when people speak your name years from now, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to remember you as? What is it, the impact that you want to
Man, I'm
leave?
still here, man. I'm here right now. I'm here. I'm in it right now. I'm being present. I'm being present.
So you ain't thinking about all that?
I'm being present. Power is in now. NOW.
Gotcha.
I'm on the NOW shit. You heard?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how you say it in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, NOW.
Ahora.
Yeah. Ahora.
Presente.
Yeah. What you say?
Presente.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
So yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
All right. So let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can find you.
They know where to find me, man.
They know where to find
They
you.
know where to find me. They know where to find me. When you post this, you're gonna see they know where to fucking find me.
I know.
Yeah,
People
you-
do love you. I've seen.
Yeah. They love me because I love them, and I love us.
Okay.
It ain't because you know what I mean. Ain't because I get fly and I got that shit on. I do get fly and I got that shit on, and I smell good too. You see me in the elevator, right? I know you. You was thinking like, damn, what you got on? You smell good, right? Know
What
I'm
you
saying?
wearing?
Exactly. Can't tell you. Know what I'm saying? I don't want the motherfucking fuckboys to be like, yo, let me smell like someone. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't fucking up this fragrance game. But they love me because I love us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's real. Fuck all that ego shit. I am happy to look this way. I love my nose, my lips, my skin. Look at this shit.
It is beautiful.
Look at this shit, man. Damn, it's black shit. God damn. Once you go black, you don't go nothing else.
I hear you.
But you gotta go black. See? You gotta go black. Huh? You can't go black if you don't know what the contributions of black is. Right? You can go black dick and go somewhere else.
Oh, here he goes with the black dick.
Yeah, because they can't compete with us. They envy this. I'm proud to have a big dick. Yes,
Yo.
you can't compete with us. White man, Chinese man, you can't compete. You can't. We superior. So what I'm saying is, it's not. I don't mean sexual.
Yeah.
See,
I hear
when we
you.
say big dick, what we talking about? See, you thinking, yeah, my dick is big, but I'm talking about my ability to procreate, my genetic superiority, my power, who I am.
Listen, don't be shocked when people kind of be like, some people are more
I
reserved
don't give a fuck.
about certain
Yeah,
words.
well, hey.
Sometimes, there are people that are a
No,
little
they
more
not. No,
conservative.
they not. No, they not. No,
Yeah.
they not. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. They only reserve
Oh
when it's
my
black men. I'm gonna
God.
tell you some shit because this is all about the slave consciousness. They only reserve when it's black men talking that shit. It's like, what did he say? No, fuck out of here.
So you think there would have been a difference if it was a white man right
He
now
couldn't say
sitting
that.
there saying all
He couldn't
that?
say that honestly. He couldn't say that honestly.
You think the same reaction we wouldn't be like
He couldn't say that.
gasping over here like,
No, you
oh
be
shit,
laughing.
he just said
You
that?
be laughing, not believing what he just said.
Yeah, I was laughing with you too. It is shocking. It kind of leaves you like, oh, you really just said that.
Yeah, whoa.
All right, you got any final words?
How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. Only think about what you want. Forget about what you don't want. Never speak about what you don't have. When you feel overwhelmed, think about what you overcame. When you feel overwhelmed, think about what you overcame. And when you get one negative thought, replace it with 100 positive affirmations. I am enough. 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 It's 20. I am enough. 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 That's 40. I'm enough. 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 That's 50. I'm enough. 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 That's 70. I am enough. I'm 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 enough. That's 80. I'm enough. 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 That's 90. I am enough. 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 Because everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you. And allow yourself to feel uncomfortable when you're saying positive things about yourself, because you're going to have to go through that detox of negative thinking, and allow yourself that period to go through it. So try to go on what I say a negative speak fast, where you go 30 days not saying nothing negative about yourself, now not allowing anybody to say anything negative to you. We only prophesizing prosperity over ourselves and our family, because you fucking deserve it.
I love that. That was a word. All right. Thank you. All right, y'all.